Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Sheila Fawson.
I'm Greg Fawson. We do the broadcast.
I'm Dr. Ernestine Garcia. I'll be doing the readings.
And I'm your magical music maven, Angie Cat.
Yeah.
Hi, Angie. Hi, Ernestine.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, so just close your eyes and I'll do an evocation. Take a deep breath as we recognize the one power, the one presence, the one life that is all there is, that is each one of us and all of us. And I know that it is this service today unfolding in ease and grace. And so I bless each one of us presenting today and each one of us listening here with us and all of those online who watch it now or later. I know that we are each a blessing. And I know the service is blessed as it unfolds in ease and grace. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
Angie, you ready to get it started?
I am. And we're talking about joy today. So I'm going to be doing a song of mine called Back to Eden. And it's all about this idea that Eden, joy, is right here, right where we are right now. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
This dusty road leads me to nowhere. Miles and miles I'm traveling alone. Took a wrong turn somewhere and ended up where I started from. There must be some place better than this. So I'm looking everywhere for a sign. All I have to do is stop and ask directions. Now, just what was it I was trying to find? Take me to a place where the sun shines on smiling faces under blue, blue skies, where my heart is happy and free, living a life of joy and meaning. Oh, that's the reason I'm going back to Eden. Take me back to Eden. Thought I had to leave to get anywhere, to be any place then where I am. I looked around and finally realized paradise is right before my eyes. Take me to the place where the sun shines on smiling faces under blue, blue skies, where my heart is happy and free, living a life of joy and meaning. That's the reason I'm going back to Eden. Take me back to Eden. When I close my eyes, I remember, I think I've been here before. No need to run, just surrender. I'm not searching anymore. Take me to the place where the sun shines, the smiling faces and blue, blue skies. Oh, take me to the place where the sun shines on smiling faces and the blue, blue skies, where my heart is happy and free, living a life of joy and meaning. Oh, that's the reason I'm going back to Eden. Take me back to Eden. I'm going back to Eden.
Take me with you.
Thank you.
We'll all go to Eden.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You wrote that song.
I did write that song.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
We'll
much.
be back to you for some more glory from your wonderful voice and guitar.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
The mission for the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro is to create an open, accepting learning environment that recognizes and embraces diversity, peaceful resolution to conflict in personal and community relationships, and help make the world a better place.
And so it is.
And so it is. So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. You can go to our website and go to contact us and add yourself to the email list. And then you'll get the links and all the things that we're doing. And you can also request prayer right there on the website, and we'll pray on it all week. So there's lots of other good stuff out there, like Reverend Michael's blogs and
You want.
almost. And we get an extra week this time.
Mhm.
So, and we are actually having live music next week. So that's really kind of exciting too for the 5th Sunday.
Yeah,
So-
Robert's coming.
He is. Isn't that exciting? So today's title is Oh Boy Joy. And you've met our fabulous guest artist, Angie Cat. And today's reading is from The Best of Meister Eckhart. And it's edited by, we decided to pronounce that Halcyon Backhouse. That may be wrong, and I may be getting stuff about it, but that's what it is.
Sounds good.
All right. Then I'm ready for affirmations.
Me too. Joy to everyone. It's affirmation time. Affirmations for the week of July 23rd, 2023. Written by Stephan Anthony. Please repeat after me. I live in dynamic acceptance of the oneness of all life.
I live in dynamic acceptance of the oneness of all life.
With the dawn of each day, a profound joy fills my being.
With the dawn of each day, a profound joy fills my being.
Eternal and infinite love blesses every aspect of my life.
Eternal and infinite love blesses every aspect of my life.
Every action I take reveals God expressing as me.
Every action I take reveals God expressing as me.
In all that I do, I am fully present and aware of my divinity.
In all that I do, I am fully present and aware of my divinity.
The universe is always working for my highest and best good.
The universe is always working for my highest and best good.
And together we say,
And so it
it
is.
is. Okay, the reading today is from the book, as Reverend Valerie mentioned, The Best of Meister Eckhart, edited by Halcyon, close enough, Backhouse. Okay. It's all the same thing. Knowing God and being known by God, and seeing God and being seen by God. We know God and see God because God makes us know and see. Even as the luminous air cannot be distinguished from its luminant, for it is luminous with what illuminates it, so we know by being known, by God making us conscious. Christ said, I will see you again. John chapter 16, verse 22. That is, by making you see, I make you see me. At this, you will rejoice. John chapter 16, 22. Rejoice in the vision and knowledge of God, and no one will take away your joy. The soul has something in her, a spark of intellect that never dies. And in this spark, at the apex of the mind, we place the pattern of the soul. In our souls, also, there is knowledge of external things, physical and rational perception. They are present there as images and words which obscure the soul from us. How are we God's children? By having one nature with God. But any realization of this, of being God's children, is subjective and not objective knowledge. The inner consciousness strikes down to the very essence of the soul. Not that it is the soul itself, but it is rooted there, and it is a measure, the life of the soul, her intellectual life, the life that is in which a person is born God's child, born into the eternal life. For this knowledge is timeless, unextended, without here, without now. In this life, all things are the same thing, and all things are held in common. All things are all, in all, and all in all are one. And together we say,
And
So it is. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Did a wonderful job. Oh boy, joy. I like saying that.
Aren't we having another song?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are.
Oh boy.
Yes, it's another one that I've written. It's called Chasing Calliope, and it's all about the fact that we don't have to chase joy. It's right here. So here we go. I've heard the echoes of your song down the dark alleyways of my mind. Won't you leave a light on for me? Why are you so hard to find? Oh, your voice set me free, chasing Calliope. You're the wind dancing through my hair, stolen moments in the rain. I light at dawn after the storm, the lover's kiss, sweet as flame. Oh, won't you show me how to dream, chasing Calliope. Are you running away from me? Chase you down the mountain, follow you to the sea. I only want to taste the air you breathe. You and I were thick as thieves. We danced all night, so wild and free. I still hear the melody of your laughter when I begged you not to leave. And you said, open your heart to me. I my peace. Chasing clouds.
Beautiful.
Thank you. You're very talented.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So are you.
Try.
Yeah.
Those two songs were just impeccable.
You were beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, they're written from a place of joy. So,
Yeah, they're you.
yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll experience some more of Angie in a bit. We're gonna do our thing now.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Yeah. Oh boy, joy. It gives me joy to say that because joy is something that we should always experience all the time. We come into this world with joy. It never leaves us. It's always present.
Mhm.
It's just, are we aware of it? Are we giving our attention to it?
Mhm.
Is it something that's important to us? You watch a child and they're just so full of joy, and their joy uplifts us, makes our heart open up, and so joy is contagious in a good way. Without joy, life would be empty. There wouldn't be much to celebrate about. Joy is, we are joy. I am joy. You are joy. Joy just is. It's a thing, if you can think of it that way, because it's something that you can grasp. It's something that you can feel. It's something that metaphysically you can touch because it touches us. We come into this world with the joy in our heart, and that joy expresses as a baby, expresses as a child, expresses as a teen, expresses as a young adult, and right in this moment expresses as me as an aged one, a joyful aged one. So wherever we go, we carry joy, and it can be tapped into at any time. It's whatever it is, whatever we make of it. I know that if you make a decision, ask it this: is there joy in this decision I made? Because if you can find joy in a decision you made, then most likely it'll be the perfect decision, because the opposite wouldn't feel very good. I got these three quotes that I want to share with you, because they kind of express joy in different ways, and I feel it's important to understand what joy brings into your life and what joy can do to your life. It can heal. It can reveal truth. It can bring forth the highest and best good for our lives just by being joyful, carrying a joyful manner, being a joyful person. Wouldn't that be great if the whole world was just joyful?
That would be great.
Nobody needed anything. Nobody lacked of anything. Just being joyful to be alive. So the first quote is by Buddha. He says, "We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy. When the mind is pure, joy." Let me start over again. Okay, here we go. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. I love that. Joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. So what is a pure mind? To me, it's a mind that is calm, alert, and not attached to circumstances, because when you're living an unattached life, there's nothing that can accept you. The world can't take your joy away. A person can't take your joy away. An incident can't take your joy away, because joy is ever present, waiting to be heard. Joy is not driven by the ego. The ego is actually the opposite of joy, because when you get caught into following the ego, you're living in the world of effects. And living in the world of effects changes how we react to others, how we live this life. Joy rises above the mundane. It's too full of life to be mundane. When you're joyful, the mundane doesn't exist. It can't exist. And joy is, for those that are joyful, they see beauty where others can't see it. When you're living a joyful life, flowers have a different effect on you. Children have a different effect. Life has a different way of being, just by being joyful. So the second quote is by Carlos Santana. He used to be one of my favorite guitarists. And I had a chance to be in a band with his brother. And they were called the Malibus. And we were doing this Latin thing. And I finally said, I couldn't stay in the band because they were a lot better than I was. And I had to face the facts. But I said, you got to change your name. You sound like a surfing group. But anyway, getting back to his brother's, Carlos's quote, if you carry joy in your heart, you can heal any moment. Think of that. If you carry joy in your heart, you can heal any moment. You can heal things of the past, things that are present. You can, blame seems to vanish away. You can't be blaming people and feel joyful. They can't hold the same space. One has to be recognized. And when you recognize joy, everything falls into place. Guilt vanishes. And events of your past can be redefined in a way that is uplifting and powerful to your being. Joy brings you alive. So the last quote is by, well, it's not the last quote, but the last quote of the three. I'm having a heck of a day. Is by Marianne Williamson. And she says, joy is what happens to us when we allow ourselves to recognize how good things really are. When you recognize how good things really are, we can get caught up in some trivial thing sometimes that just doesn't need our attention, because we're more than that. We can bring our attention to the joy that's just waiting to burst out and see life in an expansive way. We can always bring our attention, and when you bring your attention to joy, it can't help but express itself and awaken something in you that is more profound than anything you could ever think of. Can I find joy wherever I go? Yes, I can. Can I find joy in everything I'm experiencing? Yes, I can. Can I discover joy in a corner where it's hiding away? Yes, I can. Because it can't hide from me. Because it is me. It is you. And it always will be alive and awake and ready to enjoy. Enjoy joy. Boy. I don't know. Okay. What's his name? Who's the guy that did the book? Not Meister, but the guy that edited it. What's his name?
Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce his first name, but his last name is Backhouse.
Mr. Backhouse. He did a quote from the Bible, and it's 16:22. You will rejoice. Rejoice in the vision and the knowledge of God, and no one will take away your joy. No one. No one can take away your joy when your vision is on God, when your attention is on God. So what is your vision of God? Have you asked yourself that question? Have you looked at it? What does God look like to you? Has it changed throughout life? Is it different than it was 10 years ago? Mine keeps changing every day, because I find that when you try to look for it, you won't find it. When you open up to it and let it come to you in grace and ease, then you'll have a joyful moment that no one can take from you, because it's yours. It's your celebration of God, that inward life that just wants to celebrate every single moment. Be joy, and joy will be you.
So I have a couple of quotes too. This one's by Desmond Tutu.
Mhm.
Joy is much bigger than happiness. While happiness is often seen as dependent on external circumstances, joy is not. So, and then the Dalai Lama says, and this is from the Book of Joy, and they're talking, that's a discussion with them. It's a beautiful book. Lasting happiness in a changing world. And the Dalai Lama says, most people never pay much attention to the ultimate source of a happy life, which is inside, not outside. And so I think joy doesn't just simply happen. We have to choose joy and keep choosing joy every day. And I think joy is an inside job. So sometimes we think, oh, if just this would happen, or oh, if that would happen, I could be joyful or I could be happy. And we have the opportunity to recognize that we have that power to be joyful regardless of what's happening. And what's going to happen in the outside world is going to happen in the outside world. And when we get caught up in it, then sometimes, like we were talking about this morning, like not watching the news while we're trying to be joyful, because sometimes it's difficult to feel joyful while I'm watching the news. And so I don't remember who said this, but in my readings and musing this week, I heard the world will do what the world does, and we don't have to be attached to it. So, I mean, there are the things that are ours to do and the things that are not ours to do. And a lot of the stuff that we read that causes anger or frustration or feelings other than joy are things that we really don't have any choice about. And so if I start kind of reeling it in and going, what do I have a choice about, and what am I in control of, and what are the choices I'm making for my life, then I have the opportunity to say, this brings me joy, this doesn't. This brings me joy. And I also have the opportunity to look at those things that I'm doing that aren't bringing me joy and go, well, I've chosen to do this, so there must be joy in it somewhere. Because, well, so I do a really lot of things that are very detailed and very financial, and they have to be put in the computer just so, and I have deadlines. And so sometimes I let myself get attached to how I think I should feel and how things should be while I'm going through it. And when I really think about it, I can always choose joy. I can always get up and take a break when something's not really working out for me, when I can't figure something out. Instead of sitting there working at trying to find the solution, I have the opportunity to get up and let the solution come, because it does. Mm-hmm. It does. And sometimes I forget that. And so I'm sitting there. It happens in the middle of the night too. Like I'm really trying to work this thing out. Then I finally go, it's the middle of the night. There's absolutely nothing I'm going to do about this anyway. So why am I chewing on this? I'm choosing to be unhappy. I'm choosing to not be in joy. I'm choosing to let this whatever it is upset my sleep. So we pick angel cards every day. And today, mine are love and joy. How good is that? And so if we think about what keeps us from joy, sometimes it's expectations of ourselves, which are things I just talked about. Sometimes it's our expectations of others. Like, if you would only do this, then I could be joyful. If the outside world could only do this, then I could be joyful. If all of the things that I want to happen, I could be joyful. And that's not how it works. We get to choose to be joyful, whatever's going on, because we're eternal beings, because we're living on this planet, having this amazing opportunity of being human. And we're learning the things we need to learn. And one of those things is what's happening in the outside world doesn't have to affect my joy. What's happening with another person, I can feel compassion without going into depression. I can know what's going on and know that right where I am, joy is. Right where I am, God is. When we realize who we are, that we actually are emanations of God, that God is present within us all of the time, in every moment, in everything we call good, in everything we call joyful, in everything we call other than joyful, God is right there. Mm-hmm. It's all an opportunity to recognize. I just remembered something Reverend Michael Beckwith said when he talked about when you go into a dark room, you don't stay in the darkness, you turn the light on. And I think we can do that with joy too, when we recognize, oh, I'm going down that path of blaming or whatever I'm doing and I'm not feeling joyful. I can turn the joy on. Mm-hmm. Just as easily as I can turn the light on, I can turn the joy on. I just have to be aware of what's going on in my thinking, aware of where I'm allowing myself to go, down which rabbit hole I'm allowing myself to go. I can choose differently. So if we set our intention to be joyful, and then we recognize when we're not feeling joyful, it's like, oh, I can turn the joy on. I have that opportunity. I can do that. And if we treat ourselves kindly and treat others kindly, I think a lot of the times we treat others better than we treat ourselves. I think the expectations I'm pretty sure the expectations I have for me is that I be perfect all of the time. Now, I know that's not realistic. I know where it came from. I know when I said yes to that situation, and I'm not that 7-year-old child anymore, and I don't have to be living by that decision I made when I was 7 years old, that I had to be perfect. And yet it's still there. And so I get to recognize when I'm not feeling joy, and I get to recognize when I am, and I get to recognize, what do I need to do in this situation to bring myself joy? What do I need to do? A lot of times it's just get up and walk around a little bit and quit sitting in this chair for quite so long. Sometimes it might mean I'm hungry. Sometimes it might mean I need a cup of coffee. Sometimes it might mean we need to go take a walk. And so as we be present to what is, we have the opportunity to choose joy. We have the opportunity to recognize, oh yeah, I get to choose here. Oh yeah, I'm in charge here. And so as we start looking at our lives, regardless of what's on the to-do list, regardless of what challenges we're having, there's always something to be joyful about. Mm-hmm. There's always something. And so as we begin to teach ourselves, to allow ourselves to appreciate the little joys, because there are all kinds of little joys every day. Lana's sitting here, and I know she does too. I get so much joy just going outside looking at the flowers we planted. And Reverend Michael said to me the other day, I think you're making a gardener out of me. Because we were having so much fun, other than the 1,000 mosquito bites he got. We were having so much fun just going to the plant store and planting plants, choosing them. Choosing them was fun. And then coming home and deciding, where does this one want to live and where does this one want to live? And
There's a lot of joy.
there's a lot of joy. And then it's joyful to go out and see what we did.
Yeah. And it's joyful to see people enjoy our joy.
And people come by our yard and talk about how pretty it is. It's really joyful. So sometimes I think it's easier to recognize how we can do good for others, and we forget to take care of ourselves and do good for ourselves. And so, I love this. I wrote this one down at the end. Thich Nhat Hanh said this: sometimes the joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of the joy. I love that. Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. And I know for me, if I can just smile, it does change things. Just to smile.
Yeah.
Or if somebody smiles at me, it changes things. So this one's from the Upanishads, and I really like this one too. There's no joy in the finite, and there is only joy in the infinite. So as we begin to realize that we have the opportunity to recognize the joy in our lives, we have the opportunity to recognize the good in our lives, we have the opportunity to turn away from, not completely, but maybe even just for a day, that which is causing us angst, and just recognize the absolute truth of our being is our oneness with God. And there's not any way to not be one with God. We can not remember it, we cannot recognize it, but it's always the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You have more you want to say?
I'd like to just have everybody close their eyes. And I want you to think of a person from the past, not a person that's with you right now, but a person from the past that brought you joy. And just feel what it feels like to be in that person's presence again. Can you sense the joy within you? Does your joy cause that person's joy? What was about them that brought you so much joy? Now I want you to think of an incident that happened in your life that brought you much joy. Bring that incident forward. Feel what it was like to experience that incident. Did it bring you much joy? Can you feel that joy right now? Does that joy change anything about you in this moment? Now I want you to see a place that you went to sometime in your past that brought you so much joy just being there. Joy was overflowing. What was that place? What was it like? Why was it different from any other place? Can you feel that same joy that you felt there in this room, in wherever you are sitting? I want you to take those three joys: joy of a person, joy of an incident, joy of a place, and just multiply it. Multiply the feelings that you get from it. not once, not twice, but 10 times. And just bask in that joy.
Mm.
And for any reason that you had any resistance to this experiment, just let that go. Don't attach to it, let it go. And maybe something comes to you in this moment that's joyful. It just comes to you. Celebrate it. Give it your full attention. And know that joy is who you are. It is who you'll always be, because you're a son or a daughter of God. And that's a joyful place. And so knowing this truth, knowing right where we are, right where I am, right where Reverend Valerie is, right where each person tuned in, turned on to this service, know that joy is right where you are. Because God is who you are. God is the perfection, the allness, the isness that you are. God is the animate and the inanimate.
Mm-hmm.
God is seen and non is in the seen and the unseen. God is the perfection. God is the source of our joy, my joy, your joy. And joy overflows in our lives right in this moment. So I'm holding for each individual that's tuned into this, to my voice, to the words I say, that this week coming, you'll find so much joy in every aspect of your life, in every little hidden corner, where there may be grief, where there may be pain, where there may be hurt. Joy overflows and just washes it away like a giant tidal wave. Joy rushes in and leaves everything clean as it fades back. And you just rest in that. I hold for this planet and all those that live on it, that universal joy, the oh boy joy feeling. I know that as we give ourselves the joy, joy multiplies and spreads to others. And so I have a grateful heart in this moment for my life, for our life, for the life that we get to experience every single day. I give thanks for all those places within me that are now freed from guilt, pain, hurt. I free myself from it, and I call upon each one of you to free yourselves of anything that is unlike joy. We are joyful beings, having a joyful experience, living a joyful life. And in that joy, I now release this word because it is complete and fulfilling itself. And so there's nothing else to say, but and so it is.
And so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. What's the other one?
Oh,
Aho. And together, let's do it. Woohoo!
All right. This next song is called Heavenly Day by Patty Griffin. And interestingly enough, she wrote it about and for her dog. Because if we think about dogs, dogs embody joy. So I want you to think about that and think how you can bring this level of joy into your life today.
Oh, heavenly day, all the clouds blew away. Got no trouble today with anyone. Smile on your face. I live only to see It's enough for me. It's enough for me. Heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. Tomorrow may rain with sorrow. Is a little time we can borrow. Forget all our troubles in these moments so few. Oh, we can right now. The only thing that all that we really have to do is have ourselves a heavenly day. Lay here and watch the trees sway. Oh, can't see no other way, no way, no way. Heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. No one on my shoulders bringing me fears. Got no clouds up above me bringing me tears. Got nothing to tell you. I got nothing much to say. Only I'm glad to be here with you on this heavenly, 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 heavenly day. Oh, all the trouble's gone away. Hey, oh, for a while anyway. For a while anyway. Heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. Oh, heavenly day.
That's beautiful.
Wow, something happened to you in that song.
Something happened to me?
Yeah,
I have no doubt about it. Between the talk and the music, I'm feeling a lot of joy.
well, you sang that from. It's like it meant something to you very deeply.
Yeah, it
And,
does.
it showed. It
Oh,
came through.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And you get to do it one more time soon after we
As you redo our thing.
say a few words. We talk every week about giving, and it's like a spiritual law. You give and you receive. If you lack either, if you're giving and never wanting to get back, then you're putting up a block. If you
Only receive.
yeah, you only receive and give nothing, then again it's like you're creating a quagmire of no life, because the giving is a very special thing to do. And for all those who give to us, I say thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your giving and choosing us as the source of your giving. So with that in mind, just give your energy by shining your light towards this basket and repeating after me. I'm so grateful for the eternal light that is me in my life.
I'm so grateful for the eternal light that is me in my life.
As my life.
As my life.
Through my life.
Through my life.
And through all that live with me.
And through all that live with me.
I give thanks.
I give thanks.
So very grateful in this moment to give.
So very grateful in this moment to give.
I do it with all my heart.
I do it with all my heart.
Knowing it is done.
Knowing it is done.
I let it be.
I let it be.
And so it is.
And so it is. So the easiest way to give is to go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and just a little bit down the page, there's a couple ways to give. You can use PayPal. The Venmo code will be coming up here just a minute. It's also on our website. If you use Venmo, you can just use that QR code. Excuse me. Our address is on the website. If you'd rather send us a check, we'll take that too. So yes. So I guess that's it.
Okay, so we get Angie.
One more song, yes.
Yes, and this is a great one. This is by my friend Denise Rosier, and it's called Joy in My Day. It's a pretty simple song, so I invite you to sing along at any point if you feel so led. So here we go.
Love in the words I say, peace in the world I make, God in every breath I take, joy in my day, joy in my day. Love in the words I say, peace in the world I make, God in every breath I take, joy in my day, joy in my day. We are lifted up, we are lifted up, we are lifted up higher. Sing that with me. We are lifted up, we are lifted up, we are lifted up higher. Love in the words I say, peace in the world, peace in the world I make, God in every breath, God in every breath I take, joy in my day, joy in my day, God in every breath I take, joy in my day, joy in my day. We are lifted up, sing it. We are lifted up, we are lifted up higher. We are lifted up, we are lifted up, we are lifted up higher once more. We are lifted, we are lifted up, we are lifted higher.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Joy is our day. We're going to rock and roll in it.
That's right. Yay.
Thank you
I
so much
was so
for
glad
having me.
everything worked out for your sound wise because you're very special. We appreciate you contributing to our service every fourth
Thank
week.
you. It's a gift for me to be here with you guys every month.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You feeling the joy?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sorry, I was muted. I said
I thought so.
I so enjoyed the Heavenly Day song. Angie, you could just feel the notes and the music. And anyway, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad you received it.
I just love your voice. It's so
Oh,
pretty.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness, this has just been an uplifting day. The message, people, I just could not be more blessed.
Yay.
Yeah, well, keep spreading that consciousness
That's right.
Absolutely.
because we are the change we want to see.
That's right.
And it's happening right where we are.
It is.
That's right. That's right.
Are you coming down, Ernestine?
I'm going to try to get Jimmy down there, but he might be the boss.
Well, tell him we have fun things for him to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're on our way.
All right. So, I want to invite you to join Zoom.
Yeah.
So we have a meeting on Zoom afterwards, and we just really invite you to join us because we have a good time afterwards. And I also, the link is right there. So all you have to do
And
is the link is in the comments,
It's in
correct?
the comments, yes.
So all they have to do, otherwise you can get it right there, but you can just click on the link in the comments. I also want to remind everybody, if you are close enough to come to our service, Robert Anderson's going to be live here next Sunday. So it's a thing we haven't done since COVID started. So, once we did. Anyway, it's going to be a big deal. So we'd love to have a full house. It'd be really fun. So
Yeah.
That's it.
that's all.
Okay.
Join us on Zoom.
Wait, we're going to do.
Thanks, everybody. Have a joyful day.
Do a closing prayer.
You
Do
too.
a closing prayer.
Just close your eyes.
Are we going to do
Just close your eyes.
benediction? Okay.
So it's with the uplifted heart and spirit that I speak this word, declaring for each one of us that we do experience joy throughout this week in many, many ways, through many, many people and many, many activities. I claim that and name it good and very good, knowing it is complete. I simply let go, and so it is.
So it is.
And so it is. Thank
Namaste.
you for all the joy.
Yeah.
Thank you.